Today, you've joined the $1 Million Mindset series, which we are running, as you know, between January and February this year. And we're going to finish with a massive live national tour around Australia. We're calling that one Launch 2026. So we're going to bring together a number of $1 Million plus billers to the stage. The idea here, obviously, is that you can learn, see, touch, feel what it's like to be in and around those $1 Million billers. And every time I speak to someone, Eva, you're not even excluded from this. I am blown away by the talent that is out there. So I talk about this $1 Million biller, but it's becoming very apparent to me. $2 million plus is becoming, the elite of the elite. And I want to welcome Eva to the show. Eva, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yes, very much so. Even if we had technical difficulties to start, you have an incredible career, and we're going to touch on that today because you're going to join us live in Brisbane in February for the Launch tour, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to just give everyone a quick highlight of who you are, what you are, and then we can get into it. So you are the founder and current MD of Elite Executive. You established that one 2012, I believe. I've been told you're $1 Million biller. I asked you off camera, are you comfortable talking about that? You said absolutely. In fact, your best year ever is $2 million and more. And I think that's absolutely insane. You've got almost 15 years in executive search. And then prior to that, you had a whole nother career. And that's where I want to start, your origin story. When I was looking through your LinkedIn, you were, for 10 years, your title was Chief Purser. What is a chief purser?
A chief purser is everything on cruise ships. Basically, we're responsible for the immigration and customs on board a vessel, so all the passengers coming and going. We looked after the crew, we looked after the finances, we did all the auditing, and most importantly, guest relations. So right. I started as a guest relations purser, worked my way up through the years, and took out a few new ships with Royal Caribbean, which I'm very proud of, and worked in Miami for a few years as well in the head office on a big project.
So then how did you go from chief purser to where you are today? How did you transition into recruitment?
Like everybody, I fell into it.
Yeah,
I moved to Australia to live close to my brothers. They've now since left Australia, left me on my own, and I stayed in tourism for a number of years before I got into recruitment in 2008. I wasn't interested in it at first. I got talked into it, but as soon as I started, I realized, well, it's all about people, which is what I've been doing my whole life. Grew up in hospitality, grew up around people, grew up in hotels, so it was very familiar to me, all about relationships. And that was 18 years ago.
Very good. The rest is history. Tell me then, since, chief purser, being convinced to do recruitment, and now billing over $2 million in a year, insane. And we're talking AUD, that's no easy feat. What do you think drives that? What's the bit that goes, I need more? Like, do you know what drives you?
People drive me. And when I set my business up, I wanted to just focus on people. I wanted to go back to basics and provide my clients and my candidates with a premium service, with good relationships, with clear communication, with honesty. And I always said, if I do that right, the money will follow. And it's taken a while. It has taken a while. There's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights. But now most of my clients are repeat clients, and I'm very lucky and very happy.
How long do you think it took you to get to that point? Because I think that's a very familiar path a lot of good recruiters take. And you're right, it takes time. Did you hit your first million in year 2, or did it take a good 10 years to get there?
Not even close. No, in year 2, I had my son. I was a solo mum. And so he was the focus of my life for a long time, as you'd appreciate if you're a parent. But he was also my muse. Suddenly I had someone else to look after, and I had to start focusing on actually making something of the business and providing for him and his future. So when did I first, probably 2018, 2019, so a good 5 years, I'd say 5, 6 years. And then of course COVID hit, and that, yeah, we won't talk about that. But yes, it took a while, and it took there was a lot of mistakes along the way. There was lots of trial and error, and a lot of believing in myself as well, and being able to stand up to clients in terms of my terms and how we work through that as well, which was really important.
Interesting. If you could take what you know now into a time capsule and go back to the beginning of your recruiting career, what would be the nuggets of truth, or what would be the sort of kicks in the butt, or what would you tell yourself 15 years ago? Hey, look, where you're going to end up is awesome, but we could fast track that by doing X, Y, Z. Does anything come to mind?
Oh my gosh, I have a list. One would be, again, growing those relationships and realizing they're not instantaneous. Get to know people for the long term. That's really, really important. Just don't look for the quick wins. Look for the quality. Make sure your terms are really clear. Have those difficult conversations up front. Work exclusively with your clients. Don't work contingent. It's pointless. You lose money that way. We all did it. And I stopped that very early on. And yes, I probably lost a lot of clients. And to this day, I say no when they call me and say, oh, we've called 3 other agencies. I go, well, wish you the best of luck, but call me when or if they don't succeed.
I love it. Okay. I like it. May I ask average fee percentage you charge, or range of percentages?
Oh, anywhere from 20 to 30%.
Nice. So nice, healthy margins there.
Yeah.
I guess we've got one eye on the clock, and then the other one I'm just now super curious mode, because I love success. I love talking to people like yourself. Can you tell me a moment perhaps in your career where you've had a massive setback? You kind of alluded to COVID as a bit of a pain, but has there been a setback that's hit you? I get the sense that would be you're a good reassess, reestablish, and move on again sort of person. I'm getting that feeling, right? Very conscious of what's going on and things like that. But is there a moment in time that you really did hit a setback? And I'd love to see what the coming out of that looked like.
Oh my gosh. Recruitment it's constant setbacks. I think we've got more losses than wins, to be honest with you. But it's about resilience. It really is. I've seen many recruiters come and go, as all of us would have over the years. It's about picking yourself up and going, okay, what did I learn from this? And having that glass of wine, and then coming back the next day and or bottle, and coming back the next day and just starting again. Yes, COVID was awful. So was the GFC. There's always going to be a winter. There's always going to be downturns. And the thing is be prepared for that and plan for that. And during the good times, yes, make hay while the sun shines. But read the newspaper, be on top of what's happening. We can read the economy really quickly in recruitment. We see it, I think, before many others do. If you're on top of it, if you're focused on what is going on, and then prepare accordingly. Like when COVID came along, I immediately started downsizing. I got really lean really fast. I've been through the GFC and a few other downturns, so I got ready really quickly for that.
That's a very common story, and I think that's a lot of the struggle we've seen in the last 5 years is those newer agents or newer recruiters or even agency owners who haven't had full cycles yet. Just didn't know what to do, and there was a lot of panic, right? Because I started just before the GFC, so I saw boom times. Then I saw very lean times, and the GFC was tough. We didn't have. You got to remember when COVID hit, and they just started printing money and giving out all this shit. We didn't get that in the GFC. There was none of that. It was just like sink or swim, And so, as a recruiter, I was in year 2 of my recruiting career when the GFC hit. It was the best education I ever got in recruitment. And so then when the mining boom hit, oh, okay, I know how to do this. Oh, when COVID hits, oh, I know how to do this. So it's interesting you say being prepared, right? having the war chest. You know, Warren
That's
Buffett
it.
always says, have your war chest ready, have dry powder ready, so that if something
Yeah.
happens, you can deploy it, you can do something with that. You
Mhm.
can live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What else do I want to know? There's so much here, and I guess this is the point, right? I want to get people excited to come and see you live and in person, because what we're going to do is sit down with you. We're going to sit down with Lyndon Hoffman and the new RCSA president, Natasha.
Yeah.
She's going to be joining us. Those two are going to be joining us in Brisbane. I'll be there. There's going to be 2-3 hours, action packed, amazing brain juice for people. Is there anything you want to leave with people before we go? Is there, if someone does come to it to launch in Brisbane, or any of them, but if they come to your show and they listen to us live, what is something that you hope we can shift for that individual? Is there something that comes to mind? Like, I'd love to just get the new generation to.
Yeah, it's again relationships. Just even when you're going through the boom times, keep those relationships alive, keep those phone calls going, keep having those coffees and those meetings with clients, look for new clients all the time, constantly listen for what's going on in your community, and be resilient and know it'll get better when you go through the bad times. But plan, just plan. It's so important.
Actually, one last question I have for you. You mentioned resilience is key, and just you need to have that resilience. You joked about a bottle of wine, but I'm guessing there's a hell of a lot more to it. Do you have a pick myself off the floor routine? Do you know when you've just been pummeled and here's what I'm going to do for it? Like, do you have a game plan for that?
Oh, I have lots, I think, well, one thing I do is the day when everything goes to hell, I'll vent. I'm Irish, so we like to vent. And I'll have that glass or bottle of wine. But then, like I said, the next day I come back and I go, okay, start again. I guess in terms of myself, I keep fit. I get out in nature. I reassess. I calm my brain, I guess, a little bit. I try and be healthy. I have to be healthy. It's a small business. I can't get sick. I'm a mother. I've got to look after myself. So being healthy and listening, having good coaches. It's important to have a coach and a mentor as well in your career. That's really important. Someone who's going to push you and guide you. And like I tend to change coaches every year, because after a year we've gone through everything, so I need someone else who's going to push me to the next level, and so on and so forth. So that's probably a few more than you've asked for, but
I love that one. So I've had a few coaches myself, and you move on. You feel a little bit bad sometimes, but you're right. Like, you get what you need out of them. And like a lemon, you can only squeeze so much juice, and then you just start having the same conversation. Like, no, that's not what I'm here for. You're here to, I want new, fresh perspectives, and that's actually quite refreshing to hear that having one every year or two is something that you do. I think that's. Hadn't really thought of that way. Like, I was aware of it myself, but you've actually articulated that quite nicely, that it's okay to have one every year. It's kind of like a fresh coach.
absolutely, you got to keep pushing yourself.
That's it. I'm going to hit pause there. We're well over our 10 minutes. Rest of that I like to keep. So we got so much more to talk about, because that was a really good chat. Thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure.
If you guys at home are listening to this and you have not got your ticket to Brisbane or any of the states, please go and get those tickets now, because I'd hate for you to miss out thinking that there's going to be tickets remaining. Even when this goes live, they might be sold out. We are literally getting to the end of our tickets. So please go and get that now if you have not got it. If you go and it's sold out and you really, really, really want to come, shame on you. Message me. I'll see what I can do. But I don't think we can open up any more seats. These rooms have capacity. So let's do it. That's all we have time for today. Again, thank you, Eva.
Thank you, Brett.
As always, guys, have an amazing day, and may all your deals come true.